Those fast cooks. Are we live right now?
We should be.
Oh, that was fast. What? Did you get a notification?
Got one person joining.
Whoa. Welcome. You are the most important person in the whole world. Welcome to this live stream. With 2 hands. Oh, there's 3 people. 2 people. You are the 2 most important people in this room. Welcome to the live stream. Say hi to Chanel as well. Hi. Or from now on, we call her Bob when we don't want anyone to know we're talking about her. Hey, Bob.
We've got 3 people, 1 like. That's a good ratio.
Yes.
Hey, if you're in the chat,
1/3.
or if you're in the stream, even though there's not a lot of people yet, let us know who you are.
Yeah, we want to say hi.
I know you're trying to remain anonymous.
Yeah, because we have a wide audience of people who are hiding their identities. Sorry, Chanel. Go on.
I think that person left.
Oh,
It's all right.
they're hiding who they are. Hey, well, welcome to the live stream. It was very impromptu and spontaneous. We wanted to just catch up and say hi and welcome you to our humble abode on this cloudy Sunday morning.
So we're just gonna chill for a few minutes, wait for hopefully more people to come in. And then we're just gonna, I mean, today's not gonna be a super long stream. And it's not super, I guess, structured. Not that it ever really is,
It's
but
never structured. It goes off the rails so fast.
yeah. But it's been like so long since we connected with you guys. Our last
Wow.
stream was over 3 months ago, so
3 months?
yeah.
Wow.
I'm wondering if anyone's commenting. I don't
Feels
see
like
any.
it was like a
I don't see
year.
any comments, any chats. Let's see.
Yeah. YouTube has been.
Everyone's remaining anonymous. That's creepy, man. Y'all just watching us.
Yeah. They don't know if we're actually existing anymore. You are. Is this the first live stream in our new place?
No, we did 1 or 2. I think we did 2.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. This is another live stream in this new place. You know, we actually made the, what's it called? The walkthrough video? House
The
tour.
apartment tour.
Yeah, we did an apartment tour video, but it hasn't been released yet.
Shantae, she's cooking up life. First chat. Thank you so much.
Oh!
11:26. So that means you guys are. It's Eastern Standard Time, right?
It's really late. Was this people on the East Coast?
Yeah. So here it is 12:27.
Yeah.
So we're 13 hours ahead at this point until daylight savings. I don't think daylight savings happened
daylight
yet.
savings time.
We don't do it, but
Yeah.
the US does.
U.S. does daylight savings time.
So let's see. The chats keep disappearing on the phone, so I'm gonna put this here.
Okay. Hello, Naomi.
me-
It is good to be back. It has been some time, but thank you for waiting patiently for us. We'll tell you about all the craziness that's been happening, all the exciting things, the wondrous events, how time has been passing.
By the way, so we're streaming quite late because we had a few things that we were doing this morning. And normally we try to stream probably around like 10 or 10:30 our time, which will make it around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And that's a little earlier for those on the West Coast, in the States that is. So, yeah, we don't know how many people will be able to join today, which is okay. We'll have a small intimate crowd.
But we have people who are not living in the U.S.
Yeah, everywhere. But it's hard to time because our audience is from everywhere, you know?
Adventurous Amadeus! Hello!
Oh, you're in Busan. Nice.
Busan! Woo, Busan!
How is the weather there? Because right now it's super like windy.
Stormy.
It's probably gonna rain.
Yeah. Victoria, we're excited for more videos. Brr, 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 brr. We are too. You know, we are sitting on so much footage, but we haven't had a chance to edit it properly and release to you guys. So we want to do a good job. So we don't just 대충 things, you know? Yeah, but we'll your hair looks nice.
Thanks.
Did you do something different?
No, I just took a shower.
That is something different. It's the first time he showered in a couple of months.
Yeah, that's how busy we've been.
I'm kidding. Yeah. Hey, Ron. Watching from Atlanta, Georgia.
A-Town down.
A-Town down.
A-Town down.
Hmm.
We got 15 people joining us. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Hopefully we'll get some more people here.
Say hi. Come here, Auntie. I want you guys to see Chanel. She's here. Come here, Auntie. Go say hi to the people. They want to see you. Wow. Now she doesn't want to be seen. She'll pop up eventually. She's a very beautiful cat, Chanel.
Yeah.
Clear sky, no clouds. It's warm too. You sent all your stormy weather to us. It's been very rainy lately. Has it been raining there? It's like 장마 season goes on forever. I'm drinking ginger honey tea here to stay healthy. Cheers! 건배!
Yeah, Jackie, it's been a while. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing well. We're definitely doing well. Well, we're gonna go into some of the things we've been up to.
We'll tell you everything.
It's been quite crazy.
It's been a wild
In a good way.
ride.
In a good way.
It's been like a roller coaster that does like the loop-de-loops, and just when you think it's over, they do the ride again but backwards, and then you pass out. Which actually happened to me. I passed out on a ride.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, here! Say hi! Chanel, say hello to all the people.
She should be sleeping.
I know, this is her sleeping time, but she woke up because she's excited for this live stream.
As you could tell.
Yeah. Okay, Chanel. Take a nap. Do you guys like my hair? Since the last live stream, I had long hair. Now I cut it off. Now I have shorter hair. Do you like it? Yes or no?
I like it.
If you don't like it, don't say anything.
Yeah, the weather is good in Atlanta. That's good to hear, Ron.
Atlanta, Georgia. I've never been there. No rain. Yeah, it's good to be well.
Yeah, we'll update you guys in just a few minutes. We'll wait for maybe just a few more people to come in. I don't think there'll be a ton of people because of the time.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely update you.
Mm-hmm.
4Q, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks, 4Q. Thank you for the hair compliments. That's all I need. A little validation from my hair compliments. Hair.
I got this one little rebellious curl wave, whatever you want to call it. Just gonna leave it.
So how have you guys been? How have things been where you are? Is life doing all right? Have you been able to get out, get some exercise? Have you learned some new skills or hobbies recently? How do you pass the time? And have you been reading any good books?
That's a lot of questions for them to remember.
Yeah. I read recently 100-year-old man climbed out a window and disappeared, I think it was called. You know, the one by the Norwegian author or the Swedish author? The book is over there somewhere. I just finished that one. That was nice. His stash of money, of gold, of jewels, or this stash, it is gone.
Yeah, I literally just grew that because I didn't go anywhere, and I don't think I ever grew it to that length, which really wasn't that long or thick, but that was maybe 3 weeks-ish, or maybe close to a month of just a stash, because I was just inside editing every day. Yeah, but I can't really grow facial hair. Like I was just trying to see what I would be able to grow. So from what I could tell, it was just right here and here, and it was still a little patchy, a little weak. So I'm not destined for it.
I liked it. I thought it made you look very dashing. Tall, dark, and handsome. Like you were plotting something and you were going to tie me to railroad tracks. And then you're going to sweep your cape and the music was going to go dun-dun! Like a melodrama. Have you ever watched this? Well, you'd make a great villain with your stash.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jackie. You know, actually, when I went into the hair salon, the guy who cut my hair actually suggested doing highlights. He was like, you should do a lighter color, like something lighter, because it is dark. This is my natural hair color. But I have a phobia of doing too much with my hair, because once I permed my hair when I was in high school, and it ruined it for a very long time. So since then, I've never done any dyes or anything. So this color is probably gonna be here to stay. Hello, Meline Bettina May Brown. Hi. Abdul Ali, I was actually wondering about where you guys were this morning. Hi from Toronto. You must have sent some hello brainwaves to us, and then we heard it and decided to do the live stream. Why did you share with the good people what's been going on?
Sure.
Share with the good people.
Sure. So the last, so I think the last video upload was maybe 6 weeks ago or so.
No, I feel like it's been longer. Is that really just 6 weeks?
About a month and a half.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I mean, so basically the long story short is we just, we ended up getting a lot of different projects that we were working on. And so this is on the production side. So we had one of our, I guess, bigger clients that, I guess up to date that we've worked with. And so it was a pretty big project. And we also, actually we had two clients. We had two projects going on at the same time. One was definitely more time consuming, but we had to shoot and edit all of those videos within the same time period. So at that point, that was the busiest I ever remember being in Korea, especially. So yeah, there was literally no time to do anything with the YouTube channel. There was no time to do anything with my other YouTube channel, also with the Happy project.
There was no time.
Yeah, so yeah, it was very difficult. But yeah, we got through it. So that's why we've been sort of missing. But yeah, so one of the clients was Skycedi, which is, I guess, one of the oldest, I guess, retail shopping
they have like
brands,
the huge
malls,
department stores.
Department stores,
Right.
yeah. So we were lucky enough to be able to land a gig with that. We weren't the only ones involved in the production of it. I mean, there were different like concepts, and we were involved in one of the concepts. So that project actually ended up taking much longer than we had originally agreed to do and anticipated. But we had to finish it. Yeah. So, I mean, that was that. And then Becky, she ended up getting a couple of
commercials. So yeah, I was filming commercials. Actually, 2 of them have been released now. It's the Hyundai commercial. If you're in Korea, they're on the subways and on TV. It's my first TV CF, so that was pretty cool. And then I went off to an island off of Jeju-do, Udo Island, and we filmed there for 2 days for another commercial, and that was really, really fun. That was my first time just like diving in the ocean without scuba gear, just like swimming around, and that was really crazy and also really scary. Has anyone ever done just diving in the ocean, just like swimming around the ocean off a boat? It's a little unnerving. You don't know what's underneath you. But it was fun. It was great. But I think I sunburned my eyeballs a little bit because they're a little itchy.
Yeah, so I mean the commercial that is on TV and everything is Hyundai. It's a Hyundai commercial. I think it's only in Korea though.
Yeah.
And it's also on their YouTube.
I think one is
if you wanna check it out.
only in Korea. Oh no, they're both only in Korean. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're all Korean.
yeah.
Yeah, Korean language.
Yeah, because I think the product is only offered in Korea right now.
True,
Like the car
true.
product, which is a
Yeah.
cool concept. But yeah, if you go to the Hyundai YouTube channel, you can see
Like, about
one of the
Hyundai.
recent commercials. It's
Yeah.
called Casper.
Casper. So look up about Hyundai. Casper.
Yeah, because that's the Korean Hyundai YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right. They also have Hyundai Worldwide, which we were on there actually maybe 2 months, a month
that
ago.
was the wedding one. If you
Yeah.
see our Instagram, you saw like our wedding pictures. Wedding pictures.
Yeah,
from
we
that
didn't get married
commercial.
yet, like that. So
But it looked nice. The suit looked nice on you.
thanks. You didn't look too bad yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah, so man, it's been quite adventurous lately.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
Yeah, so like I mean, I got to a point where I was so tired, y'all. I was just every single day inside editing, growing my little mustache,
He was seriously just inside the house editing from morning until night.
doing client revisions and
it was
oh
really
man.
tough.
Yeah, so I mean, I got to a point where, and the thing is, we wanted to take a couple of like at least one little mini trip, mini vacation, 2-3 days going somewhere in Korea.
While the weather was good.
But yeah, that didn't happen. So I think my mental health, if I could, I guess frame it that way, was suffering a bit.
Yeah, when you're just inside and then you're just working
Yeah.
constantly and don't interact with other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So there was literally, and I'm telling you, like zero time to
Yeah.
edit any videos,
It
to
was
shoot any
nuts.
videos, for any of our channels. So, but yeah, I think. And the funny thing is, we're about to actually start another huge project. So we have
Not a personal project,
No,
but
no,
with
no,
like
no.
for filming for a different company.
Yeah, so that one is actually our
That one's
biggest project to date.
That one's gonna be really fun.
It's gonna be
though.
fun,
It's
though.
gonna be a super fun one. We'll tell you guys more about that later. Once I guess when it's more released, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that should be
Yeah.
a really fun one.
So we started already with the pre-production of it, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So we the last few days we've been taking it a little slower. Still working.
Really slow.
Well, you've been really slow.
We watched like 4 movies in a week.
Yeah, but still we're trying to get caught back up with
Yeah.
like some of our other stuff.
It's been nice.
It's really hard to try to balance, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, Becky and I, we sort of decided that we were gonna enter into hustle mode anyway, because we're just, we got a lot to save up for.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Big plans for the future.
Yeah.
We're
So
working hard.
yeah, I mean, honestly, I just just to be, I guess, candid with you guys. Yeah, it was very hard the last few months. Just tough, but I made it through.
Yeah, you pulled through.
Yeah. So it would have been nice to connect with you guys during that time, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It wasn't very possible. But we're here now
Mm-hmm.
on this rainy day because now it's raining.
Is it? Dang.
It's raining. It's so gloomy and dark all the time. This rain. But you know what? We're coming into the winter season. Who likes winter more than summer? Raise your hands. What do you like? Winter or summer?
Probably summer.
Right?
Out of the two, but those aren't my favorites.
If you had to live in a place where it was bright 24/7 or
I just realized my leg was all up in the frame.
or night 24/7, what would you pick?
What's that?
Day 24/7 or night 24/7?
Day.
Really?
Yeah,
But then you never sleep.
that's fine.
Oh,
I get to just work.
that's fine. Hey, did anyone watch Shang-Chi? It's like old news. That was a great movie. Speaking of things to watch, 4Q asked us, since you guys are in Korea, do you guys watch the Squid Game? And if yes, do you think it's too violent?
That's a good question.
I don't like watching squids.
So like we didn't actually watch it. So
No.
yeah.
But I know everything that happened.
Yeah, she read all the
I read everything.
the details.
I know. I totally ruined it for myself.
And
but-
for me, I didn't have the time, even though it's more of a recent thing. But then
Yeah.
then like it just became so trendy and just everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Squid Game!" Like everything I see, so
Yeah.
that really annoys me, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch it.
It was
I'm
nuts.
not gonna watch it.
Before it was released in Itaewon Station, right? They had this, I've never seen it before, but they had set up this huge marketing campaign. It wasn't even a poster saying, "Oh, the show is coming." They had
That's what you were telling me about.
yeah,
that one
remember?
time. Mhm.
They had set up tunnels and the walls and all this. Everything was papered, and they had the doll statue was there, like that girl doll statue.
Mhm.
It was enormous, and I was like, "What is this?" It was some kind of weird, twisted Candyland situation going on. I meant to take a photo for you to send it, but I forgot. But it doesn't matter because everybody on Instagram went there and took millions of photos. So yes, they had prepared it ahead of time to catch on in Korea and to be super trendy. And it did become super trendy. And then, as you know, it is top show in like 90 countries in the world on Netflix. Korea, it is not the top show, I think. I think eventually it became.
I think it
right?
did. No, I think it. Yeah.
It
yeah,
was?
recently now.
Yeah, and it's just very interesting, Squid Game in Korea compared to how people talk about it outside of Korea. I just feel like, yeah, it's super trendy, of course, here, and everybody's talking about it, and some of it, it's fun to discuss about like the games and the premise and everything, but I think for a lot of people, it hits a little bit too close to home because the debt situation in Korea is unbelievable. Like, stratospherically high for a lot of people, and it's kind of a problem happening here. And so I think a lot of people, more than they may have liked to, maybe related to some of the characters in Squid Game who have that crippling debt, because it is a reality for a lot of people here. So I've been reading articles and blog posts about it, and especially when you read from Korean writers, a lot of times it's like, that's not too far from our reality. But I doubt people would, play those kind of games to get money. But that desperation, I do think a lot of people feel it. So in that way, it was a very weird TV show. It sparked a lot of conversation about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't realize the debt situation in Korea was so high. You know?
Yeah, I would have guessed it, but I didn't realize how bad it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that many of you probably have watched it or started watching it, but let us know your thoughts. Like, did you watch it? Are you watching it? And how do you feel about it? Also, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about the discrepancy between like the translations and really catching the,
Yeah.
I guess, the real meaning.
Sure. But it's very
But-
hard already to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not like Netflix has always made amazing translations. Like, I watched the Modern Family, let's say,
Mhm.
and I put the Korean translations on when I watch Modern Family. And a lot of times, like, you just can't translate the joke. And instead of even trying, it seems like the translators just put Konglish in, for example. So unless you speak both Korean and English, the joke is not going to fly in the Korean subtitling. So it's not like the subtitles have a great reputation already. But yeah, I heard that was an issue too. The meaning can be, of course, a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose I would eventually want to watch it if I had the time.
They say it's the most violent show on TV ever.
No way, not ever.
That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah. And I tried to watch one scene, and it is very violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on TV though. It's just Netflix, right?
That's a TV.
Fair.
The mediums have changed, sir. But what was the other thing about the Squid Game I wanted to bring up? There was something I wanted to say.
I don't know. But yeah, G1 Transform says,
I remember what I was gonna say.
yeah, it's popular abroad as well because obviously a lot of people have that debt issue.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like Parasite meets Hunger Games meets that Japanese anime turned into movie, right? So a lot of very similar strands there that you can see. The other thing that I wanted to bring up was the English-speaking actors in Squid Game. So it's very interesting seeing what the actors themselves are saying, because I know a number of them, plus what Koreans might say about the English-speaking actors, and then what English-speaking audiences say about the English-speaking actors in Squid Game. And it's funny because, I mean, in reality, it's just the pool of actors that you're picking from within this country, maybe not necessarily going to have the same level of acting ability that you could find from a bigger pool of actors in English-speaking countries. So this is one concept. But it's funny seeing people who are writing articles in English about Squid Game, talking about those English-speaking actors and twisting it into all kinds of like, you know, psychological angles. Like, oh, their lines are so bad because it's referencing just how cartoonish and ridiculous these characters are. When in reality, whoever wrote the script probably didn't speak English fluently, and so the writing was just bad. Which, sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that if you guys have, you know, some grandiose concept about the characters. But I mean, that's just a reality about a lot of the English-speaking roles that you get in films done in Korea. It's just poor copywriting.
That's true.
Yeah. So it was pretty funny. But I do know a number of the actors who played the VIPs.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, I don't know if I will now. Because
You probably don't need to.
I don't need to. I know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I don't know if it's worth putting my time into watching those visuals if I understand the concept. But I understand there's also like the shock factor and the excitement that can come with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's cool that it's getting so much attention, you know, so I'm not taking away from that, of course. But.
No, of course not. But the other thing to bring up is, so Korea has always cultivated a very careful image to the global world and never liked to show a bad side, right? So this is why, for example, during the Tokyo Olympics, when what went down with was it NBC? Anyway, with one of the networks, where they were showing so many embarrassing things and the lack of their global understanding of different countries. And so that was very, very humiliating. Why? Because it shows bad image of Korea to the global stage. Now, Squid Games has come out and it has totally captured the attention of the world. On one hand, it shows, hey, Korea has really high production quality and great writing and incredible acting, and we can make something even better, and you probably didn't expect that from this small country. But on the other hand, it's also revealing a lot of dark truths about the Korean society and economy at the moment. So I think people are of two minds about it here, like being proud of it, like our country, wow, we created this, look at us showing up on Jimmy Fallon, look at our actors going out to these places that were hitherto blocked for us, versus is that how we want the global world to think about Korea, you know, and this maybe realities that we face. Two-sided, double-edged sword.
It can get real deep. It can get real deep. Beyond the scope of what I'm sure most viewers would
I know, people
even
are
care.
like, hey, did you like Squid Games? And then this is where we've gone. But this is just what I've been thinking about when I think about Squid Games.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think our perspective is usually...
It's just our perspective.
Yeah, and it gets quite deep because we always talk about these things. But, yeah, for pure entertainment purposes and storyline, I guess there's no need to get too deep.
I suppose. But it is weird to think that, you know, two modern stories that have come out of Korea come along a similar line. Parasite and now Squid Games. Because there is such a stark reality that is existing. And those two, the film and drama, are expressing this in a way that people are like, oh, shoot. I hear that, I feel that. And it's frightening. So I have to wonder, like, what's going to come next? But isn't it a weird juxtaposition between the bubblegum K-pop image that's going out right now and then this kind of TV show?
Yeah.
Very fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if there's going to be any sort of, like, social shift because of it.
Maybe.
I mean, I have my guesses, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see people who say this is great because, you know, this is what Korea needed for, I guess, to move in the right direction in terms of changing certain things, but...
I wonder if it did, like, after Parasite, for example. You know, if you haven't watched Parasite, highly recommend it. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. But the basement rooms. So a lot of those basement rooms were originally not for living. They were originally bunkers that were created in the case of war. So North Korea invasion. So they're not fit for long-term living. This is why a lot of times they have mold or smell or plumbing issues, etc. And so people who own the buildings that have these underground bunkers oftentimes will just rent them out at a super cheap rate to anybody, even though it's technically illegal, or they will have it transformed into a living space where then it would be legal. But it doesn't mean that it's pleasant living. It's just a very cheap location. After Parasite came out, where they revealed just the squalid living that can exist in those basement rooms, those basement houses, I think it did turn an eye towards the basement, and it became almost trendy to live in a basement. But the good side to that is that then people were renovating, then people were paying attention. Oh, people actually might want to live in here, then let's make it into a decent place for living, which was a good step in the right direction. But I wonder what will come out of Squid Games, if anything. But it does collide head on with the crippling debt problem that a lot of Koreans are facing.
Yeah. And again, going back to G1 Transforms, earlier comment, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people can obviously relate because, especially in the West, I could speak to the West because I'm fairly, familiar with, I guess, the overall situation when it comes to money and finances and, people's struggles. But like, yeah, I mean, people can relate to it. It's not an easy time, and, the debt crisis in not only America, the government, but just like in people's individual households, it's crazy. Just the student debt alone, which I definitely know firsthand. It's tough, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Hi, Musical Soul. I think I may have said hi to you already. JK says
Musical Soul is Ren. What's up, Ren?
Is that Ren?
Yeah, look at the profile.
Hey, Ren. Ren and Lily. Okay. It caught me off guard. Hi. Yeah, I do hope something good comes from it. Of course, when believe art and film have that power to make somebody feel something, which then can turn into action. So we'll see.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. Reina says hello from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hello. Yeah. I don't know how many of you guys have watched Squid Games. I'm pretty sure Ren has. I think I saw on your Instagram. But yeah, we were just chatting about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the power of art, which is something that, because we've been so busy, we haven't been able to get into some of the things that we want to create and write. But yeah, that's something. I mean, we wanna definitely eventually write our own things that'll speak to the heart. Have all those layers of truth, the surface layer, but then you get real deep.
Right, those really like gorgeous, poetic, visual songs, things like Nacho Libre, right?
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
That really touched my soul.
That's a good storytelling movie.
We, in the midst of our busyness, decided to defuse, and we watched Nacho Libre.
Shout outs to anyone who knows what Nacho Libre is.
Yeah. Do you guys like Nacho Libre? I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. Another thing is that I heard that the director lost teeth because of stress over making this film. Is that worth it? When you could be Jack Black in Nacho Libre and have the time of your life.
See, everyone loves Nacho Libre.
2 people. 2 people love Nacho Libre.
3.
All right, 3 people love Nacho Libre.
Monique hasn't seen it in years. I'm assuming G1 likes it. And Ren, I don't know if that's like a good or bad laughing emoji.
It was so ridiculous. I'm glad I can put it on my list. Everyone's like, you have to watch Nacho Libre, and they're always quoting Nacho Libre. But it was fun. It's kind of like you like to carry that experience in your brain, but maybe not go through it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was fun. But what else? Shanghai Nights. We watched Shanghai Nights. We watched Rush Hour. We watched School of Rock. Come to think of
Wait,
it.
was it Shanghai Noon?
Shanghai Noon. That's what
Yeah.
it was. We watched Shanghai Noon. Yeah.
We watched a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Really in the last 2 weeks.
We,
Gosh.
we need to we keep saying we're gonna sit down and we're gonna appreciate cinema. We're gonna watch the classics. This is what we watched.
Nacho Libre is
we
a
had
classic.
time. We didn't watch like Cinema Paradiso or anything. You know? Dr. Zhivago, English Patient, Ben-Hur. We watched Nacho Libre.
Shang-Chi. We already mentioned that, right?
Yeah, Shang-Chi was awesome.
Yeah, we watched that in the theater.
I want to be
2-3
I
weeks
want to
ago.
be his love interest in the next movie.
As long as you're making a lot of money. That's cool. That's cool with me.
I could learn kung fu, or I could learn whatever form he's doing.
Jumanji. Have not seen the new one. I saw the original one from the 90s.
Oh right, you haven't
With
seen
Robin
it yet.
Williams.
Oh, Jumanji's fun. Oh
Yeah, so
you
the one with
can't
The
beat
Rock,
Robin
Jack
Williams.
Black.
Robin Williams is my favorite. I think about him pretty regularly. Yeah, Jumanji is a great film. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is great. You guys should just send us recommendations to films because we'll watch them now. Avion, welcome. Greetings from the Caribbean. Hello, hello. Oh, it's her first live stream.
Very cool. This
is
is like very like
This is a random one.
yeah,
huh?
very random.
Not that any of our other ones have been on time or normal. But welcome. And the news are good. They connect to the original. I guess, are you talking about Jumanji? Oh, the new ones. That's what I mean, the new ones.
Mm.
Just conjugate, put together new ones, news. I like that. No, I don't know what lamb is.
Lamb.
JK. Lamb. Oh my gosh! Another thing that we've been doing.
What?
Guess.
I have to guess what we've been doing?
Yes. We spent like 2 days, 2 evenings doing this.
I have no idea.
Welcome to Good Burger, House of the Good Burger. May I take your order?
Home of the Good Burger. Oh my gosh!
Look, I didn't grow up watching that. I don't
Oh.
know.
Yeah.
We watched. You went through nostalgia.
Oh, yeah, so-
Avenue.
So I wonder how we went down this rabbit hole, but shout out to anyone who knows what Nick at Night and Snick, what those are.
Nick at Night.
But like on my YouTube recommendations, so we usually we just sort of stream it on the TV, and so we had like 1995 Saturday morning cartoons popped up, and it was like a 5-hour long. I think someone just like recorded on their VHS and digitized it, but it was a 5-hour long segment of like a whole Saturday morning cartoons for Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
It was like crazy.
It was a big nostalgia kick for you.
Yeah.
It was a little bit before my time.
Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, they didn't have things like Doug or Rugrats on there, but there were some other ones. So we just went through. We were like watching the commercials, and that was fun.
Yeah.
And then I think YouTube recommended me All That.
All that.
If you remember All That, it's like a sketch comedy show for kids back in the 90s. And to my surprise, they were actually, I think they went into the 2000s and then they stopped and then they reprised it a few years ago with an all new cast. So they modernized it. So yeah, we were watching like Good Burger, Keenan and Kel.
That was my first time experiencing it.
Man.
I just didn't know, but that was fun. Yeah, and then I introduced you to the shows I used to watch.
Oh my god.
Wishbone,
Yeah.
Wishbone, when I can't remember anything, and then Teen Titans, which I realized I didn't really know well either. We didn't watch anything, so
That's so
I
funny.
didn't grow up watching TV. We didn't have TV, cable at home. Whoa.
We have Samuel. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Wow.
So, Dudu, I used to visit the church. You used to lead Praise Team 4. My friend Chris used to invite me in our college days. I was pleasantly surprised when you two randomly recommended a vid of you.
That's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome. Samuel, which church is that? Let me know if you don't mind. But anyways, yeah, thank you for the super chat. Man, that's cool. Yeah, YouTube has a way of knowing what to recommend
yeah,
to you.
to connect you, right?
Yeah.
Wishbone. So Randy, you do know Wishbone too. See, people know Wishbone. I love Wishbone.
So Becky apparently didn't watch any TV growing up.
Yeah.
And I guess she didn't have any cable.
Obvious when we were.
So she had PBS
we were moving
basically.
through the, yeah.
Like the-
I was like, Wishbone. Oh my gosh, I know Wishbone and Reading Rainbow.
Mhm. Yeah, but Nickelodeon was where it's at.
You know what? Yeah, I never watched Nickelodeon unless I was at a friend's house. Then we could watch Nickelodeon. But I think a lot of them freaked me out, like the cartoons and stuff.
No, I mean there was just a handful. Ren and Stimpy.
They're weird. Weird ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know any other ones else.
Kenan and Kel, man, that was the show. I actually in 1997, my family and I we went to Disney World in Florida, and we also spent one day in Universal Studios. So we went to the Nickelodeon Studios, and I can't remember if we just went there as a family or we were part of a small group or whatever. But Kenan and Kel was in production at that point, and we were able to. Not in the studio audience section, but there was like a big box booth where we were able to look down on Kenan and Kel just rehearsing for one of their episodes they were going to film. So that was pretty cool.
Did they look
Yeah.
at you? Did you say hi?
No, they
wave
didn't.
at
They
them?
didn't see. We were so high up, but we saw Kenan and Kel, and that was the episode where they had Ron Harper, who played for the Bulls at the time. So it was those three rehearsing their lines,
Oh,
or I guess their scene. Yeah, so that was real cool.
I once went to Disney World and they had open auditions and you could sing a song and then perform it later on that day
Mm-hmm.
in front of a live audience. And they picked one kid to do it. And I sang my audition song. You know what she said to me? I'll never forget this. This is very valuable lessons for everybody who ever does auditions. She said, "You have a great voice and you have great stage presence. But the most important thing is who is hearing you. So even if you are great, but you're not great for the person or the moment, then it's not gonna fit." So basically, she was saying like, "I don't like your song choice. And I don't think you're Disney material." And I was like, "Fine." So I left. We went to the show later that night, and there was like this girl, and she sang. She was whatever.
You hating on that girl?
But that was a good lesson to learn, okay? Just because you fail an audition or something doesn't mean you are bad. It's just not suited for that moment and that person. It was a good lesson. I took it to heart. Thanks, Disney.
Shout out. Samuel, so it was a church in Jersey. Was it Arcola? Maybe it was Arcola. I was the non-Korean guy Chris would bring. Anyways, appreciate it, Sam. God bless you as well, man. Yeah, it's so good that that you got connected.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
JK wants to know, would you guys audition to be an extra in a K-drama or do you only do commercials?
Oh, that's a good question. That can go real deep, Jay. And I think we will not go as
Yes,
deep as
tell
we
him.
could possibly go.
Tell him how it went.
What are you talking about? Oh,
Your-
my
your
drama?
audition.
Okay. So, I did audition for a drama. This is the only drama I auditioned for, and I wasn't seeking it out.
This
So,
is so
one of the
funny.
agencies that I had worked with in the past, they reached out to me and said, "Hey, you know, there's a drama role for a Netflix show that is about to be in production."
Mhm.
And I don't think they've been released yet.
Not yet, no.
But I guess I'll go ahead and say it. It was for the show called Carter. So once it releases, you'll know that I auditioned for that show. I auditioned for one of the agents, so it wasn't obviously like a main part.
Yeah.
So
Hey, do you want to reenact it?
no. So like, you know, so basically I guess because of COVID, it was just they were just like, look, just film yourself and then send in like they gave me 2 roles and 2 different like sets of lines to read.
Yeah.
And then Becky helped me off screen. And so I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and like go all out for this audition. So I set up the lights and the camera and everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then like I went through it. It was horrible.
It was so funny. He was supposed to be like the burly, like mean agent who's looking for somebody.
Yeah.
He comes in with the gun kicks down the door. You're like, it was so funny.
Yeah, so
you put your heart and soul in it.
I did, but going in, I knew it was gonna be bad, but I was like, what do I have to lose? So, yeah. So after I filmed it, I did a like very epic little color grade to make it look like a dark drama.
Yeah.
Sent it in, heard nothing.
Hey, you want to hear what's even funnier? We went over to some friend's house. They're both actors in Korea and New York City. And
they're like legitimate.
They're
actors.
like legitimate actors, and we were telling them this story about the audition, and we were laughing. They were laughing, and then the guy was like, "I got the part." He got the part.
That's right.
That you auditioned for, but he was like, "Yeah, but I turned it down because it didn't work for him. Like he didn't want to do it." So funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
I mean, well deserved for him.
I couldn't believe it was him though, of all people.
Mm-hmm.
And we were telling him about your audition. That was so good.
Yeah, but
we should upload that video.
No,
we should upload it
good.
and show everybody.
We're good.
We should upload it and make it go viral.
We're good. So yeah, that was my only. No. Actually, I auditioned for another drama. Remember, me and you, we went to wherever.
Oh, yeah, you were being a bodyguard.
That's
what
right.
were you? What did I call you? Bone crusher?
Yeah, bone crusher.
Bone crusher. You were being the bodyguard.
Yeah. So
I wrote you a little script for the audition.
It's pretty
bad. But then they didn't let me in, so what we had practiced didn't work out.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I guess these roles that they gave me to audition for, like, it doesn't really, suit me.
Yeah, it didn't suit you. It's just
and I'm not a good enough actor to like just get into that character out of nowhere. So
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind like getting some sort of role just to learn and just to get better and improve.
Yes.
As an actor.
Yeah.
Becky is actually, she's a very good actor naturally. I mean, I guess you have some theater experience from way back in the day, but
yeah, I did theater.
She's much better than me. Yeah.
If the opportunity arose, I wouldn't mind, but I didn't know if I'd want to do it for Korean drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same. Yeah. Like, I would do it just to do it, but
not as a viable career.
Yeah, obviously I'd rather be writing the stories and like creating, but also I wouldn't mind being in front of the camera and working on that side of me too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would rather do it probably in the West or in my own, creation.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people have fun. Like, I have a lot of friends who do drama acting and background, working in dramas. It varies. Let's just say the experience varies. Some people have a really great time and great experience. Some people have a really tough time. Mm-hmm. But that's the industry.
So is it difficult for foreigners to get parts in K-dramas? That's a good question.
I'll be honest. I think the entry to barrier is quite low. I think once you know the right people, then I wouldn't say if you're doing like a background part, I don't think there's necessarily a standard of acting ability that you need. You need to be available to show up because a lot of it is waiting for a very, 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 very long time. And you have to be okay with the pay as well, because depending on the gig, the pay might be really, really low. But if you want the exposure, you want the experience, that can be something if you want to do that. Yeah, and then sometimes they have specific looks that they want. For example, the Korean main actor, is having a business meeting with a white businessman who has a secretary who sits next to him.
It's always a white businessman.
Always a white businessman. And his secretary is a white woman who doesn't say anything. So in that case, okay, there's a specific image that's required. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it just depends. But I don't think the barrier to entry is very high here.
Right. I mean, unless you get like, I guess, very important roles.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just real talk because it's a small pool here. Mm-hmm. You just gotta, get in with the right agencies. But again, if you're wanting like real, I don't want to say it's not real, but if you're wanting like
major speaking roles
or like higher paying stuff, that ain't here. It's just not.
No, it's not as easy.
Real talk. And we know from experience and we know people, so.
Right.
Depends on it could be, it depends on what you want to do. There's no harm in doing it if you want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think like for me, because 2-3 years ago, I really had a desire to like get into TV and even film eventually, like on screen. But now I don't even want to. because I think I want to move my attention to maybe another market, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Other type of creative works. But again, it's all in what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Ren says Lily and I will be in the background
Yeah,
on Netflix thing
because
next
I know
year. That's
you
cool.
guys have been doing a lot of stuff, so I think
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Lily might steal the show.
She always steals the show. League of Legends, League of Living Legends. Do you guys only talk to each other in English? Primarily, I will speak to you in Korean sometimes.
Yeah.
And oftentimes more when I'm emotional or angry. Then more Korean comes out, right?
Yeah.
I'm just used to arguing in Korean, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. How hard would it be for an aspiring screenwriter who doesn't really know Korean to go to Korea to try to write for dramas and films there, or even collab in the film industry? I will say probably hard. I think for writers and directors especially, a lot of times here it's a matter of status. And so those who get the ability to show their work on the screen, you have to know the right people, you have to have the right requisites. So even if you are very talented, nobody want to read your stuff, then, you know, that's just how it is. Yeah, it's pretty hard, but you just gotta know the right people. I once attended this independent film, I guess it was like a party for like independent film directors and producers, and that's what all of them were saying. They might be very talented, but because they're indie or because they don't have the same name power, brand power as some of these other directors, their films don't get any recognition at all, or they don't get any money. And so I think it's kind of hard. And then on top of that, if you don't know Korean, then it's doubly, triply hard, unless they're specifically looking for a writer who's able to supplement English speaking parts, I think. But even then, like, there's still, you know, English speakers here who will just do that, copywriting. So yeah, if you're gonna write something, I think you should just make it yourself and then show them that, look, this is what I've made.
Yeah.
That's more attention grabbing than just writing a script and hoping someone will read it.
Yeah.
And produce it.
Yeah, it's just gonna be extremely difficult.
It would be difficult, yeah. But it is changing a little bit now with Netflix here in Korea. They're putting so much money in the Korean film market. So in that case, you know, that's a connection to Western audiences. So maybe there's some possibility there.
Right. So, man, we have a lot of people interested in
Who are interested in this,
Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, we should probably just do a series of videos talking
We
about
could.
this, our
I mean, we honestly
experience
could.
doing that.
Yeah. So, foreign actors, would you say that they are mainly used for eye candy? In many ways, yeah.
Yeah, in many ways, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure. I guess it just depends on what's being shot. I mean, we have our thoughts that we talk about with TV here, dramas, film, which it's probably not appropriate to talk about now.
Well, the reason being is because we know so many people who are working in that space and who are working very sincerely and doing their all and loving it. So even if the system might be skewed, or even if we have a certain experience that says, like, this is not how things should be done, there are those that we know personally who are doing well and who are enjoying it. So we don't want to ever say something that shuts down someone else's livelihood or disregards it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But I mean, in Korea, it's very much like how you look, and we know, especially doing commercials, it's like you still need to have some sort of acting ability in these commercials, in theory, because these are like acting roles, but they go for image first, you know. And they also I mean, they'll go for the auditions, but if you have the look but your acting is a little weak, or sometimes they don't even really check your acting, you'll get the part, you'll get on set, and then the director will find out, why can't this person act? Well,
because you didn't check.
Yeah, so it
can get even more ridiculous than that. For example, I've been on sets where the director will give the lines to the actor and expect him to speak English perfectly, crispy, be able to read the prompter very, very well, and they don't even speak English. They're a Russian speaker. And then the director would be like, why you can't do this? Why are you bad at acting? But they didn't check They just looked at his face, said, oh, beautiful white boy, great, let's put him on, he's perfect for the role, but didn't even check that he can speak English or not. So in that case, that happens. And I think that's just because of image first idea. Yeah, that's just poor production, to be honest. Good morning, John. We're good. Fosha Mama, who was your favorite character in Squid Game? I don't know, I can't say. We didn't watch Squid Game. Sorry. My favorite characters were probably the squids. Avion asks, I love the ring, Becky. Is that a tomato?
It's a strawberry.
It's a strawberry. I've had this ring for many, many years.
And she also previously asked, is Korean fluency a prerequisite for foreigners auditioning for K-dramas? Sorry.
Ow!
I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Probably not, unless it's a Korean speaking role. It depends on what they're looking for.
It does depend on what you're looking for. However, even if on set or on screen you're not speaking Korean, in order to reach that point, there are people you need to go through. So speaking Korean to a certain level will just only make the process more smooth. Yeah. But I do know that there are people who don't speak Korean at all, who will book commercials. But again, that's going through the model route, not necessarily the actor route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese dramas often have Australians playing Americans. They don't even try to hide their accents. Didn't you had a shoot where someone was hired and they were British, but the director wanted them to speak
an American accent,
and he got upset because
when he couldn't do it. Yeah, that is, to me, again, poor production. This is poor production.
Yeah.
And I was victim to this too recently for another commercial where they wanted me swimming around in the ocean, which is okay because for me, I like to swim. I'm a strong swimmer, but there's currents and it's the ocean, so a lot of people get scared. But the production didn't even check that ahead of time. So they were just fortunate that they had me. And so that's what even the film crew who does underwater filming told the director and producer, like, you don't know how to do this? Don't you realize that this is underwater filming? So it's just poor production. Yeah. Whew. Gosh. I feel like I took a lot of weight off of my shoulders talking to people.
Yeah.
Hello, Chanel. Hello, Chanel.
We have a kitty right here.
She's sleeping on my lap. Otherwise, I would show her to you. Yeah, I've often wondered about, like, if the work that, I feel like at this point, the work that we have done in Korea will translate to U.S. industry as well. We've done a certain level, we've done a certain amount, and it's with big enough names that it would have recognition in the U.S. But I wonder about sometimes people who spend many, many years working overseas that's not primarily an English-speaking market. Let's say you're working for multiple years in Japan, doing small-time roles in dramas or movies, don't really get name credit, and they're not really popular globally, right? Would that kind of work translate into an English-speaking market? And that I don't know. I hope so, at least for our sake, right? But yeah, I don't really know. But even if you are talented, if the writing is not good, like an example, Squid Games.
Right.
English speaking parts, right? That's it, nothing to add?
No, you said it very well.
Avion asks, do you audition for ethnic, racially specific characters or blank canvas characters? That's a very good question. Do you want to answer first?
Well, I haven't auditioned for a lot, when it comes to dramas at least, but...
But I get the feeling those two characters you auditioned for, they specifically want a black
character.
character.
Yeah, so they want a black character.
Yeah.
Again, I have my thoughts on that, on how they, scout, or what in their minds constitutes a black character. Like, what does it mean to them? Do you even know what black means?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
But again, beyond the scope of this conversation. So yeah, I guess for Carter, I had to audition for a black part. Yeah, I mean, they usually specify, they already know sort of what kind of race or ethnicity in
Yeah.
their head
Yeah.
that they want, which is usually white, black.
Right.
Like, there's not too many other
Nothing else in
ethnicities
between.
here.
Sure. Yeah. I think in my case it's a little different. It just depends on the production and what they think I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been cast as the white character. I've been cast as the Korean character. So
Yeah.
it's just whatever I am in their eyes in that moment. It's a bit funny, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there are very rarely spots where they're just saying, we want an actor who's in their 20s, who can sing and is very athletic, right? Let's say that's the three requisites. But whoever is still sending that casting notice out probably already has in their mind, they're probably white, that's what I want. Or they're probably Asian, that's what I want. You know, even if it's not explicitly stated.
Right.
So then you'll be cut from the first anyway. But this is an issue. Casting biases exist everywhere.
Everywhere.
We totally know that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good night, Ron. Thank you for joining. A-Town Down.
Do it again. Hey!
Good job.
Yeah, this is actually fun talking about the industry like this.
Mm-hmm. We've been learning a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
really from experience.
I've been doing
and
this
from people.
for years and years. So, and honestly, you run into everyone at some point. After you've been doing this for so long, you kind of run into everyone. Or at least they all know about you, hear about each other. Yeah, very, very interesting work and experience.
Yeah. But honestly, like, we want to break into more Western stuff, I guess, when it comes to, you know, eventually film, maybe even television type stuff, even commercial stuff. I think the pay is better. The protections against the actors or the talent is much better.
It is much better.
Yeah.
I think there are stronger limits or boundaries, foundations put into place to protect people.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you're working on a set here in Korea, again, a lot of it is very dependent on who's your production and who's the team. But sometimes the actors aren't given any protection. If something goes wrong on set, maybe there's no insurance, or maybe you won't be cared for. Maybe they try to put it down quietly. So in that case, you might feel very powerless to stand up for yourself. And especially in the case of many foreign actors who come here, maybe you don't have a certain visa type that will allow you certain rights. And so you're kind of under the thumb of your agency. And if your agency is no good, they don't care about you, then what are you going to do? What say do you have? So that is an issue. But I mean, it is also hand in hand with, like we mentioned before, the low entry to barrier plus the smaller pool, which gives you more competitive, like you're more competitive. So you have to balance that out, I guess.
True.
Yeah. And that's not even getting into voice acting either. Like the voice acting sphere is a whole different thing too. I was talking to my friend this morning about that. And we were saying like, it's not really protected anywhere, even in the US. Yeah. Have you ever considered starting your own production company and make your own Blasian movies? Like the Lights Out director, David Sandberg, he uses his actress wife to perform on their video shorts. Yes. You totally hit the head on the nail. I mean, the nail on the head.
The head on the nail. I guess that would kind of make sense too.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, that is our goal. One of our goals
Yeah.
is to create our own films, to write our own narratives, and to bring more representation to just the minority communities, especially that we represent.
In an honest light.
Right.
Not in a stereotyped light.
Right. And I guess it's safe to say more so, I don't know. We don't want to necessarily try to write stories to show just a Korean audience. We'd rather like maybe show more of a global audience. And that would include, you know, it being relevant for Korean audiences as well. So that is what we are really looking to do. And we wanted to start writing our own like shorts, like short films, this year, but like we mentioned earlier, like our
It's been
schedule got
madness.
so crazy. But that is one of our main focuses.
Yeah, there's only so long we can say we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We have to do it.
Like, I
Feel
mean,
that pressure.
yeah, because, like, obviously, for a lot of different films where there are, like, different minorities represented, many times, most of the time, they're not actually writing their own narratives. You know what I mean? So we want to be the ones to write our own narratives when it comes to who we are. So that is our goal. We're gonna start as soon as we can with short films, and then eventually, we want to have a feature film. We don't want to let the cat out the bag, but we do have different ideas in terms of how to incorporate the whole Blasian theme, and doing it in a way that tells a powerful story that represents who we are, but is also very relevant for a global audience to consume. So it's not just for necessarily a niche audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's always the issue, right? Because you're going to have people who will say, in order to get the attention so that more people watch it, you have to be attractive to the mainstream. And the question is, who's the mainstream then, right? And so it is obviously a tightrope act that you're balancing on, being sincere and really wanting to share these real life stories as they are and as the representation is deserved. But are you going to be drowned out by those who think it's not important? I think a good example right now is the Blue Bio film. Have you heard of it? Blue Bio by Justin Chon. It's talking about Korean adoptee story. And the thing is, those are true stories, what he's writing. But it's not mainstream. It's not attractive, let's say, to your mainstream audience. But those stories are very powerful. And so we'd like to add our voice to those mix. And hopefully we'll be able to be attractive to a global audience.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
So, Pumbaa, what's up, man? This is old friend from Jersey.
Oh.
Yo, man, miss you too as well. Yeah, hopefully, actually, we're hoping to visit very soon. So we're long overdue. Yeah, so once we do visit, hopefully we'll be able to meet up and get a chance to see you. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And punch P. Joe in the face for me if you can, if you remember. Joe.
I know who. There's no one else you would say that about.
Yeah,
we're planning on going to the East Coast.
And congrats, by the way, Pumbaa. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been like 2 years since I think we visited, just about.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We haven't visited the States in ages.
Mm-hmm.
So once we are vaccinated fully in Korea, you should be able to avoid the quarantine coming back into the country. So that's kind of the plan. So we get our second shot this month, then we should be able to travel in and out without the quarantining.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. But everything changes so rapidly, so we're trying to keep flexible. Something actually, I meant to say this earlier to Avion. She had said, I internalized rejection because I was talking about the audition rejection thing.
Yeah.
You know what actually really helped me think a lot about this was the TED Talk 100 Days of Rejection. This guy basically every single day for 100 days requested something of somebody that he knew someone would say no to. So he would get used to them saying no and get used to that feeling of the rejection, the embarrassment, and then how to move past it. And he discovered more and more things than just building up his strength and immunity to rejection, but actually how the road can change depending on where you now take that question. To give a good example, he went to his neighbor's house with a tulip and said, he just knocked on the door and he said, "Hi, I'm your neighbor. Can I plant this tulip in your front yard?" Of course the man's gonna say no. And he was like, no. And so he could have just walked away after that, but then he said, "Do you know anybody who might want a tulip planted in their front yard?" And then that neighbor said, "Actually, I do. There's this nice lady who lives down the street. She's got a gorgeous garden. Go ask her." So then he went down the street, asked her, and she said, yes. And then they spent the morning planting the tulip and then tending her garden. And then he made a new friend and he learned gardening stuff. So you can either take that rejection okay, I got rejected, build up to it, move on. Or you can ask a question, move after that, and just figure out, oh, there's another road that can go this direction or that direction. And in the end,
That's
like,
cool.
you get bigger reward.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll also be surprised what people do say yes to. I won't give away the TED Talk because it's really, really good. Okay, I'll just tell you one more. You know how you can go to like fast food restaurant and you can ask for a drink refill and usually they say yes? He asked for a burger refill.
Really?
He was like, can I get a burger refill? And they were like, no. So I think that was an earlier on one. But he just wanted to get over that feeling of embarrassed when someone says no to you. So I think once you can get past that feeling, then so many doors can open. Anyway, that TED Talk helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we've gotten the feelings of rejection here a lot.
Oh,
So.
yeah. I've been rejected thousands of times.
Yeah. But then, like, you get accepted, and it's usually worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Shubham, I'm sorry, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it.
Shubham?
Yeah, so he says, I think the Netflix original K-dramas are better than the typical K-dramas out there. And, you know, of course it's subjective, but yeah, I agree from an angle of, like, I think
Production
the
standard.
production value, and it's just way more dramatic, very cinematic,
Yeah.
and more of a, like, intense storylines versus, like, some of the typical, I guess.
Korean drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with either, of course,
I
but
think in Netflix, don't they have a certain standard that's required, like an international standard at least?
for originals, I'm not sure.
Because they all have a similar...
I mean, yeah, you have to have for them to back you,
Right, like the
to back a
quality
project.
and
Yeah,
all
there
that.
has to be a certain production quality. You have to
Yes.
use certain gear, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's different with the regular Korean dramas because they're going on, what you call, just like the TV station, you know? So
Right.
yeah, that would make sense that the feeling is different.
Yeah.
Also, I love Bollywood. One of my dreams is to be in a Bollywood film with Shah Rukh Khan. Because I love him. I love him!
He could dance.
He's
cool.
so charming.
He's cool.
At first you look at his eyebrows and you're like, what's up with your eyebrows? And then you watch him and then you're like, I love you and your eyebrows. I really want to go to Bollywood. And Hrithik Roshan, I also love him.
Yeah, and
Shubham.
Pumbaa just gave us a super chat. Coffee on him today.
Thank you, Pumbaa.
Thank you so much, bro. And we're gonna definitely, let's take him
Have
up
you
on that.
ever wondered what stars are, Pumbaa? Come on, is no one following me here? It's the Lion King.
Oh, yeah, I figured that, but I'm trying to remember the scene.
And then Pumbaa is like, have you ever wondered what those blinking, shining things are up there, Pumbaa?
Oh,
And Pumbaa's
yeah.
like, I think they're just balls of gas burning billions and billions of light years away. And then Timon goes, Pumbaa, everything is gas with you. Do you remember?
Now I remember. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for the coffee.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, that means we have to return the treat when we visit.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think this is helping me.
Shubham.
Shubham. Okay.
Patrice, thank you so much. I love my haircut too.
Shubham. I like that.
Pure.
Oh, did you do that on purpose?
That's funny, yeah. Pure.
Nice. Yeah, they just had their
I
daughter.
love that name. Pure.
Yeah.
There's a song, Pure, from 미녀는 괴로워, that movie. You know the song Pure? It's a sad song anyway.
There's also a song called Pure by Girls' Generation. 소녀시대.
You would know 소녀시대, wouldn't you?
I would. Throwback.
소녀시대. Pure is a nice name. Pure. Are you gonna just use Pure in English, like Pyul, or are you gonna also give an English name?
Good question.
Yeah. I feel like I ran out of words to say. My voice is so tired.
Really?
Yeah. My voice has been getting so tired lately. Chanel! Say hello to the people. Oh. Look at her.
Just washing her face.
She's-
This is her nighttime routine.
She's sleepy, so. Oh, yeah. Her nighttime routine. Okay, go to sleep, Chanel.
Selah. That's so awesome.
Nice.
Selah.
Carolyn.
Stop and think.
Hey guys, am I missing out on anything? Oh my goodness. Carolyn, you missed out on Squid Games. You missed out on
How to audition for K-dramas.
and Pumbas. Well, I guess you're not missing out on much.
We didn't really talk about much. Yeah, we just sort of updated everyone on how busy we've been.
Yeah, talked about life in general, the pursuit of happiness, meaning.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll probably just wrap it. We got work to do.
Yeah. Shubham asked, are you into crypto?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Speaking of, that's all he ever talks about. Crypto.
We'll just say yes. But as a matter of fact, I mean, I'm not just into crypto. I'm into like some of the more traditional means of investing. But yeah. So, you know, I'm in the crypto space a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, a lot. Hey, Jay, thank you. I listened to the Happy Project vids during work. We need to release some more podcasts. We actually, speaking of Happy Project, I know this is not the Happy Project chat, but I recently gave a lecture for the Royal Asiatic Society, and that was really cool. Connected us to a lot of cool people, researchers, professors. So we'll see, what goes from there. Then we also recently joined research with this Australian team that's asking about influencers in Asia. And then since we're the only channel that focuses on mixed Koreans in all of Asia, from what I could see, she contacted us to join her research project. So we'll probably appear in her book or something later on, which would be cool. Yeah, and then just a number of meetings and some interviews that we have got set up, and we gotta continue the podcasting, but it's been going really well, mentally at least. All my things to do, and then we'll make it happen. So hopefully you'll have more videos to listen to soon.
Yeah. So that's on the Happy Project front. On the Skycedi front, our next video, which I still don't know when it will be released. We're getting back in the groove of it, but like we said, we have a big project that we already sort of started, but we're gonna be going full force next week.
It should wrap by first week of November.
Yeah, so we're gonna be quite busy again this month, but hopefully, I can find some time to edit the next video. So that's one of the reasons. Well, that is pretty much the main reason why we've been MIA. And yeah, so if you're looking out for videos, thank you for your patience. But the next video will be probably our apartment tour.
Yay!
Yeah, so we filmed that like a long time ago, but just got to edit it. And then we also have a few other, we have at least another video in the pipeline as well. So be on the lookout for that.
A lot of cool stuff. Khan, hi! Welcome!
What's up, bro?
I know it's been a very long time.
Yeah. So yeah, on the Skycedi front, so I mean, uploads are probably going to be a little slow even for the next few weeks, probably. But
we should live stream more often.
We'll probably try to live stream.
Yeah.
Maybe even just like random streams like this.
Yes, I like these conversations.
Yeah. And then also for those of you guys who have any sort of interest in personal finance, when it comes to like how to get your finances in order, how to invest, even a little crypto stuff, yeah, definitely check out my other channel. I have a personal finance channel that I recently just started, which is another reason why I've been so busy, and that is called Journey of Finance. As a matter of fact, we'll put it in the chat. Do you mind typing that?
I'll just chat that for you.
Yeah, so if you're interested in that, only if you're interested, definitely check that channel out and subscribe. Right now I have 199 subscribers, so you could be number 200.
200!
Who's going to be number 200? Yeah, so definitely check that out, only if you're interested in it, of course. And yeah, so that one, I'm going to be working on a video for that soon.
Sid does a really good job, honestly.
I try to.
I didn't know anything about finances until you came along. Seriously. So, lifesaver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Learning a lot.
So it might save your life too.
Oh.
It's a big statement, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely feel free to check that out. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's it. You can see more what we do on our Instagrams for more.
I haven't even
He
posted
doesn't
on
even
that.
post on Instagram, but for more like
been
daily
crazy.
things, little things, you can see there. And then of course, half the project will continue. Journey of Finance will continue, and Skycedi will continue.
Definitely. So we'll try to live stream soon, maybe before our next upload.
Yeah, that would be good.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, and we give you guys more updates later.
Yeah. We were gonna sign off now. Bye.
Peace.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.